Hello, everybody. I'm Marc Seal. I'm the CEO of Sortium, also one of the creators of a game that we're working on called Cosmogene. So I have about 5 minutes here. We're just going to talk a little bit about the gaming space, where the technology is moving, how do we engage people with tokenized content, and then I'll talk a little about a fireside chat that we're going to have later today. So in current state of video gaming, in Web3 specifically, we're seeing kind of a lack of engagement with the content. We aren't actually capturing people's imagination. We're not getting them involved in the meat of the game because we're not providing them with the actual content that they want to experience. We have the gaming state. I tend to look at this as the same way when we had the monetization structures in microtransactions, where we had a new system of monetization, a new method of financial systems to come into gaming. And you had a step back in the way that games were actually produced and presented. And now we're going through the same thing with Web3. We have a new financial structure people are exploring, they're trying to develop, and the first thing they're doing is they're experimenting with how people are engaging with these financial systems, but at the cost of the actual content value. And that's one of the things that we're challenging others to innovate in. We want to see engaging content that will make people want to come in, spend money, interact, buy, sell, trade for the game that they love being a part of. We're doing this in a couple different ways. But primarily, we're introducing artificial intelligence into the mix and utilizing things like stable diffusion algorithms to make functional content and generate emergent gameplay and emergent features. So in our game that we're developing, you're genetically engineering your creatures. Think about genetically engineering Tamagotchis or Pokemon, except we're generating actual synthetic phenotype data, and then we're interpreting that through a genetic algorithm that we created utilizing stable diffusion. So you have on-chain genetics, so you have a true permanence of the genetic fingerprint of your digital companions that you're making. And then you're going to be able to go in and play with them, feed them, and eventually battle them. But this is really a tech demo of what Sortium is creating for other future innovators to come in and be able to build their games on. We need robust, high-quality graphics systems that can run in a web browser without having 50-gigabyte downloads for large games. We need intelligent systems to help us with these new economic structures. So we utilize our AI models as well to allow for live ops simulation of your economies. What that means is, historically, you look at past data in a game, you make your adjustments, you push your updates, and you see what the impact of that is. We want to introduce AI, a second disruptive technology in the space. We're all very focused here on Web3, but we think the combination of disruptive technologies is what's really going to help drive integrating these technologies, having true utilization across the board and implementation is what's going to lead to the advancement overall of the space and the larger adoption rate. So utilizing AI as an interpreter for the data that lives on chain, the permanence, and allowing you to manipulate that in a meaningful way without having to go back and forth and constantly adjust your economic structures, we think is critical. You need to be able to set rules and set your economic structure so that it scales with your users coming into the games. That's one of our primary focuses. So we've built an engine technology that we call Double Helix, which has a graphics engine designed to generate synthetic data for your games. You can utilize then our models or your own models. It'll be open source. You can generate your own models for generative art assets. You can have the AI build you buildings, cars, characters, avatars. Let it empower the creators so that they can make content faster, they can make content more unique, and we can create more experiences that really encapsulate the vision of gaming in general. We should be able to enjoy these experiences. So that's what we're doing. Angie and I are going to have a fireside chat at 4:25? 4:25. We'll be doing a fireside chat all about artificial intelligence, how it's engaging with Web3, and how we think that's going to change the future of gaming. Thank you, everybody.